What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are at PRI. Now, PRI is an automotive trade show geared solely towards racing, and they have everything from tools to parts to stuff to clean your car. Well, to stuff to clean your car parts. They have everything here. So you're probably asking what a photographer is doing at an automotive trade show. Well, my friends over here at Eat Sleep Race invited me out to do some networking. Now, when they invited me, I was a little unsure on how to actually go about networking because I figured this is like a trade show. Like, how do I market my photography or videography services to companies or to other photographers? So I figured this would be a good opportunity to make a video asking these companies how someone like me can network my services or just get my name out there to companies like them. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so I'm at the Zeiss booth right now. I thought they only made camera parts, but apparently they also make automotive parts and a whole bunch of other stuff. So they're gonna give us the first tip on how somebody like me can network to a company like them.
I think whenever you can bring value to a company, that's going to be obviously something that they're going to be interested in. And the people who are going to have the time and the part of their job that's going to be open to that is going to be the marketing department, who they are constantly looking for ways to connect to more customers, increase sales, increase profitability. So if you can bring a value to a company through the marketing department, help them either on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case may be, reach out to more customers, expose themselves to more potential customers, that would be something that I think would get somebody's attention and get you in the door to possibly create a working relationship with a company.
So how do I start that first interaction? Like, how do I get my work in front of them?
I would first try to find out who the marketing manager is, who works in marketing, and reach out and get some kind of contact with them, either email, phone number, something like that. And I would think about a connection that you could possibly present to them that, you have X many followers on this social media or whatever, so that they can say like, hey, this guy's got 50,000 followers or whatever. That's 50,000 people that he can put us in front of that we're not currently in front of, or whatever the case may be. But I would start by finding out who those people are in marketing who are concerned with that kind of stuff.
All right, so the next person that we're going to be talking to is Mark. Are you a videographer or you're on the marketing team for Eibach?
Marketing team.
He's on the marketing team for Eibach. So, Mark, how can a videographer or photographer like myself do work with you if I wanted to? Or like at a trade show at PRI, how could I get you guys to notice my work or, potentially talk about doing content for you guys?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to just being out there, having your work readily available and having it up to date, right? So high quality imagery, high quality videography, have it on YouTube, keep yourself, be diligent about like updating everything. And getting out here in front of people and talking to them about it. Also, this is an important place to network with marketing teams.
Like, if I just saw you here walking around, like, how would I be able to be like, hey, Mark, I want to work for you guys? Is it one of those things where like, oh, like, here's my work, or like, would I have to reach out to maybe somebody above you, or maybe email you like my portfolio or something like that? Like, what would make you interested in seeing my work or being willing to see my work or even work with me?
For me, I'm maybe a little bit different again, because we have an in-house team.
Right.
And we would be looking for people who are out at places. So like if you came to me and said, hey, I shoot, here's my schedule of events for the year, or this is the type of racing that I'm going to be around. Let me know if you need help. Right? So just be part of the team, be willing to help, and act like part of the team. I've been on Eibach for a long time, love your stuff, I appreciate what you do here. If we can trust you to be an extension of our team, we know you're going to get the right shots, and I don't have to worry about, what you're going to send me back so much. So quickly build that trust, do your homework before you just walk up to them, and then go from there. It's building the trust immediately, showing that you know about the brand, you know what they make, you know how it works in application, and you know how to get the hero shots.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Mark,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, so I'm here with Larry Chen. I'm speechless. I'm speechless right now.
Don't be a speechless.
All right, so Larry, For a photographer that is out here at PRI at an automotive trade show, what is one tip that you have to get your work in front of the brands that are here, or to start the conversation, or try and work with some of these companies?
This is a very good question, and I have a very good answer for you, okay? So, PRI, as you guys may or may not know, it's a bunch of, it's essentially the racing industry, right? So it's a lot of race cars here, and potentially it's a lot of race cars that have never run yet, or at least run in this form that they're showing, right? It could be like a race car that has new turbos or new aero or new anything. And a lot of race cars are being debuted here. What I like to do is I like to go up to these builders, owners, drivers. I like to talk to them about their car, and depending on where they are, I can essentially ask them, hey, where is this going to race? Where is this going to practice? Where is this going to debut on the track? And they're so excited, they're so proud of the fact that, hey, oh, we're going to take it to the drag strip, so-and-so. We're going to take this to the time attack, this event. Are you going to be there? And that's just how relationships happen. There's so many cars at this show that I looked at, I talked to the owner, and it turns out we're going to go to the same event. And then what's going to happen there? Well, I'm going to shoot that car. I'm going to make content on that car. And who knows what's going to build relationship-wise from that. So that's a life hack for you.
Larry, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's a thumbnail right there.
Yeah.
All right, so the next person we're going to ask is Brian from Eat Sleep Race, who actually invited me out here. So Brian, I've been asking everybody, what is one tip you have for a photographer or videographer like myself to network with these brands or get my work seen by them? What do you have to tell the people?
Be open-minded and be out there. You gotta put yourself out there. Can't just sit in the corner editing and not meet anybody. You came out here for a reason. Walk around, introduce yourself to people. And that's one thing you gotta get used to. Breaking the ice and not being in a clamshell, you gotta be open to talking to people you don't know. That's the one thing, if I gotta say. For me, more than anything, if there is somebody that I do want to talk to, I will think in my head, do I know anyone who knows that person or someone in that company, so that I could ask them a favor if they could break the ice for me and introduce me. So it's one thing meeting new people, it's another thing leveraging existing relationships so that you could be introduced to other new people. Don't be an asshole.
Thanks, Brian. All right, so those were some of the tips from those companies. There was also a few people I spoke to that opted to not be on camera and didn't want their name shared. But some of the tips that I got was it's about who you know. Now, this particular company that I spoke to hires everybody in-house. And how they get other people in is their in-house people would hire other people. So if their main photographer needed a second shooter for something, it's that photographer's job to find their second shooter. So in that instance, maybe try and find out who a certain brand's photographer is, and then reach out to them to try and do work for them or do work with them in said company. Now, another company that I spoke with is actually an OE company, and they said the only way to work with them is through agencies. Now, these agencies require that you have insurance for your business or for yourself when you're out shooting, and there's a really high criteria for shooting with these agencies, and the only way to get work with them is by going through these agencies and getting your name out there and letting these agencies know that, hey, I'm in this particular area, and if there's ever anything that that company needs, you guys can reach out to me in order to get that content. This same particular company also told me that if you have a high following, they might reach out to you if you go to a lot of events that they need you to be at. They might reach out to you to maybe purchase some of your content to post on their page, but they might not necessarily hire you as their sole videographer for that event or sole photographer for that event, because again, they would prefer to work through agencies that, hire people who are reputable and have insurance and all that kind of stuff. So the tip for working with companies like that are OEM, it would be to try and find out what agencies they work with and let them know that you're trying to work with these specific companies, and that's why you're trying to work with their agency. All right, so as you guys can see behind me, they are starting to turn out the lights. Everybody's starting to get out of here. It is the end of this day at PRI. This is actually my third day here. We spent one day setting up, and I spent yesterday planning out today's video. So if you like this video and it was helpful to you in any way, make sure to like, share, comment, and hit the subscribe button, because all of that actually does help, and I greatly appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.